All right, we are live, and this time I have the chat open so I can see the chats. Last time I missed it. Just gonna post the video link to my Discord server. Share, copy, announcements, everyone, oh, at everyone, that's why. I'm going live now. Okay, that's shared. I just wanted to say, I had a binging session of YouTube, which I haven't done in a while. I watched, well, TV and YouTube, but TV and YouTube from like 5:30 till 9:30, 4 hours of couch sitting, binging TV with my mom, and then and she left. I went upstairs and I continued to watch YouTube. And you know, it was just some random stuff like don't buy a Nintendo Switch 2, don't support the horrible company that is Nintendo, that it has become, the monster that it has become. Videos like that, or being hyped up about it, like Video Game Donkey being hyped up about it. But some random videos like that. Some of them was useful videos, like if you're stuck overthinking, here's a 10-second hack or trick that'll get you out of that overthinking. And the trick was movement. It was doing an action that gets you doing something else. Like, so if you're writing in a journal, then opening the journal and writing the first few words, that would be the first action. Or if you're gonna solid Nate movies. Hi Paul. Hey Nate, good to see you, man. That was funny because I checked your video out the other day. It was just like family time and talking about Bitcoin or something like that. I think that was one of your videos. I checked that out. It's cool to see that you're sharing some of your things with friends and family of your time there. Going back to what I was saying, the 10-second hack of getting out of overthinking. Another example might be, let's see. He said if you need to get some work done or tend to some important emails, and just getting the browser open in the email and clicking on the first email that you need to reply to. I guess that's not usually the highest priority, I think, checking emails, but doing the first little bit of action, motion, physically moving your body and doing some action, the first bit of it is the trick to getting you out of your 10-second trick to get you out of overthinking. So for me, it would be, I've been sitting on this nutrition cooking class video for the past how many months now? It's from November to December. So I guess it would be naming the video folder as the next video number, and then opening a Premiere profile and dumping all the videos in there in order and just starting splicing. That would be the action I would take instead of overthinking the video. Yeah, so it's old footage, yeah, but I do want to release it. I do want to release that video. So I also said I would send it to the cooking group chat. I just, gotta figure out what I want to say, things I made use of. Realizations that Shamir Granite, hi Paul, what is up Shamir? Good to have you join us. One thing I realized from the cooking class is that unless it's super simple and super easy to do and it takes very little time, I'm probably not going to end up cooking that. If it takes too much effort or takes too long, I'm probably not cooking that. I don't really enjoy cooking so much as I just want to do the minimum amount of effort to get the maximum amount of nutrients and it be good enough as a flavor. So That's the conclusion I got. I've only done the 2 recipes from the cooking class that are super easy, and you don't even have to cook anything. You just blend some stuff together, and I've been only making use of those 2 recipes from cooking class. But hey, at least I've been making things to those 2 recipes: the strawberry milkshake, and with cottage cheese, surprisingly goes well together, and the smashed chickpea spread, which I botched last time by not draining the chickpeas fully, and it was really goopy. That was a failure. That was the 3rd time I made it, and the 3rd time was a failure. Anyways, I guess I'll just film that into my cooking class videos. One video. I'm gonna make 1 video out of all 3 days of the cooking class. There's so much footage, man. So much footage. That's why it's daunting, and that's why I haven't tackled it. How many months later? 5 months later. And my girlfriend said to me, I don't like how you sometimes post these videos from so long ago. Like, if you film something, you should post it within a week. I don't like seeing like older footage that's not even recent. I think that's along the lines of what she said to me. And I was like, yeah. Okay, yeah, there's a recency bias, right? Like, people want to see more recent stuff instead of some old footage. So, yeah. This is the last thing that I haven't edited. I think from now on, if I film something, I'll probably get to it within a week. I've been procrastinating this for a long time. So, yeah. Okay, so it is 10 o'clock here in Toronto, Canada, in the evening. I'm all ready for bed. That's why I have freshly showered hair instead of waxed hair, stylized hair. Oh, I've been practicing a little bit of the ukulele today. Getting faster and faster. It's 3 a.m. here in the UK. Jeez, Shamir, you are up late, man. Yeah, I definitely don't want to stay up that late. Oh man. Aren't you ruining your Sunday by staying up so late? Your Sunday is disappearing mostly to sleep. You'll be waking up late, I imagine. Yeah, I'm tempted to like game right now or binge watch Solo Leveling, this anime that's really fun. I think it's on track to win the anime of the year or the biggest prizes for anime of the year. I don't even watch anime, but season 1 I tried it out and I just kept watching the next episode, and now season 2 it's fully released and I haven't been watching week to week, so I have like 7 episodes to catch up, and it's waiting for me to binge. I just binged YouTube on TV instead of Solo Leveling and the anime on my computer, because I usually don't use my computer for entertainment, for just watching stuff on my computer, even though I have a nice monitor. Yeah, it's just the couch is more comfortable than this seat, you know. So, yeah, I'm tempted to just binge entertainment of anime or gaming and live streaming my game playing. But what happens if I do that? I'll just end up tired and waking up not even that late, because like I end up waking up, the latest I end up waking up is 9, and I'm usually getting up at that time no matter how late I go to bed. So, hey Devin, imagine being me watching PY while at the gym. You're at the gym now? Devin, it is 10 p.m. You're at the gym late, man. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh, you're on your phone too. Oh, interesting. Last 2 episodes went crazy. That's all I'm gonna. Oh, Shamir, you watched Solo Leveling. Okay, thanks for not spoiling it for me. Last 2 episodes are crazy. Okay, that sounds like something to look forward to. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about it for weeks because I thought my browser was updating, refreshing, but it turns out it was just didn't refresh until I hit refresh. So even though new episodes were releasing, it looked like none of the episodes were being released. So I was stuck in time and I thought they weren't releasing the episodes even though they were coming out every week. Okay, so something to look forward to. Maybe I'll binge it tomorrow. It'll probably take like 3 hours or less to binge 6, 7. Yeah, 3 to 3.5 hours to binge the last several episodes. Yo, Devin, you're going to the gym late, man. I mean, it's good that you're going to the gym, but working out too close to bedtime affects sleep in a not good way, because it takes time for the body to cool down from exercise to get a good night's sleep. So they said exercising right before. This is what I learned from the sleep app. It says if you ate too late, that's mochi. If you ate too late, or if you drank alcohol too late, or if you had caffeine too late, or if you exercised too late, all those affects your heart rate variability and your resting heart rate, which are two different things, and both of those are affected usually when you do any of those things right before sleep. And even if you fall asleep quickly, the quality is not as good. Yeah. It's Saturday. A buddy of mine is joining me, so I had to pick him up. I'm dealing with insomnia, so this helps. Oh, okay. If you're dealing with insomnia, then exercising actually makes sense. Yeah, it'll help get you more exhausted for sleep. So, yeah, if you can't even fall asleep, then exercising is good. Yeah. So, good job, buddy. Hopefully, it helps you fall asleep. Yeah. If you can exhaust yourself through exercise, that's one of the best ways to fall asleep, actually. Just being exhausted from exercise. Not overly exhausted, but spent enough. Yeah. Well, that's good. Cool that you're watching stuff while you're at the gym. I always watch stuff when I'm on the Stairmaster. I end up watching YouTube on my phone, usually some long form shit, so I don't have to keep going to the next video or anything like that. So like a podcast or something. My mom sent me a podcast about a doctor talking about protein and how it's still so underrated in our society, and how protein is not just for muscles, it's for our immune cells, it's for our enzymes. Enzymes are the things that help speed up processes in our body. It's for our skin, our hair, just large organs. Like, protein is essential for so many things, and not enough people are having enough of it. And there's a theory that if you don't have enough protein throughout the day, then you keep getting hungry until you eat enough protein. So if you have a breakfast and lunch of not that much protein, you'll just keep being hungry again and again, and just until you get enough protein, or until you're still full and not enough protein and it's the end of the day. Oh, can you send me that podcast? Sure. Let me get it for you. In my Watch Later playlist. It's called Before You Eat Breakfast. Yes. Share, copy, chat. Here we go. Yeah. And I hope you can open the link. Before You Eat Breakfast by Dr. Rangan Chatterjee. Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting hypothesis. But apparently, people who, anecdotally, this hasn't been proven yet. This theory hasn't been proven yet, but people have anecdotally found it to be true. When people were initially not eating that much protein, they would feel the urge to snack all the time throughout the entire day. But when they had a lot of protein for breakfast and for lunch, they ended up not even feeling the need to snack at all. So they felt satiated. They weren't grabbing for all these snacks and junk foods and cravings. That's a very interesting hypothesis. And if it gets proven, that would be a very revelationary? That would be a big revelation. That we are under eating protein, and that's why we end up snacking so much. That's the thing, like having ready available foods that are protein rich, that are snacks, it's kind of hard. Like nuts, yeah, I guess you end up, if you have nuts are heavy in calories. So if you even have like a handful of nuts to try and curb if you try to eat nuts to curb your hunger, which I do sometimes, you end up eating a lot of nuts and then you end up overdosing on calories because you eat so many nuts. So nuts are good, but not the best protein snack. It's just that the protein snacks usually, and I didn't finish the podcast, but you don't want to get like these processed protein things. It's like you want to get them from Whole Foods. Honestly, would protein shakes be better to snack on? So I didn't get to this part yet, but apparently they talk about protein shakes not being the best source of protein. I didn't get to that part yet, so I have to watch through it. But even protein shakes, protein powders, they're not. I have to get to that part. I have to see why he says it's not the best source of protein. Because I have rice protein and pea protein mixed together. Because whey protein, my stomach cannot take it. My stomach gets stuck and like swollen and inflamed if I have whey protein, because I can't handle milk-based protein. Beef jerky would be better, no? Yeah, it is processed though. Processed food with a lot of salt and additives. Ideally, whole foods that are not processed would be better. Like, I don't know. Y'all, that's the thing though. They're not convenient. Whole foods are not convenient. Like chicken, you have to at least microwave some chicken from the fridge, or if it's cooked already, or or eggs, you have to scramble it, or like it takes preparation. It's just there's no quick, convenient, good protein snack that are whole foods. At least, I don't know. I guess some people, they have like boxes and boxes of prepped meals, and they just microwave it for a minute and then it's ready. It's just I don't know. I have to plan something out if I want. But I'll listen to the rest of this. Let me show my screen here. It's this video, Before You Eat Breakfast, the number one nutrition mistake people 40 plus make, causing disease, fat, and inflammation. By Dr. Rangan Chatterjee. So far, it's been quite enlightening. So I noticed that, I definitely am hungry when I don't have that much protein and mostly carbs. I get hungrier quicker, and then I end up eating more like carb-based stuff. Like I had tok, which is like these rice cakes, for dinner. I had some pistachios as well. That was a bit better. I had a fair bit too, so that was but I'm still hungry. Like, I'm still hungry. I'm not hungry, but I'm like in a kind of craving level of dissatisfaction with my satiety level right now. And it's 10 p.m. I'm not going to eat right before bed. That's bad for your sleep. So, yeah, and also it's good to go to bed on an empty stomach and not eat within the last 4 hours of before sleep. But it's better to not be hungry though, right? If I ate a good enough early dinner or a huge protein-filled lunch, even with just a huge protein-filled lunch, I wouldn't be hungry for the rest of the day, and even now. So, for lunch I had bibimbap, which is like mixed vegetables with rice, a bit of chili paste to make it spicy, a bit of meat, like pork, a bit of pork that was like barbecue marinated, Korean barbecue marinated a bit, and it's mostly not protein. Like, sure, a little bit of meat, but it's mostly rice and vegetables, not a lot of protein. So yeah, that is leaving me hungry for the rest of the day. Yeah. Anyways, rambling too much about this, but let me Google it right now. What's the easiest protein whole foods snacks? Let's see if YouTube has any. 32. Oh my gosh. What the hell? Oh, I have to make these? Healthy snack. Oh, you gotta make these. Let's have a look here. I'll show you what I'm looking at. Clean and delicious. Let's have a look here.
Increasing your protein intake can be a...
Cottage cheese. Yeah, that's dairy. I don't know if it suits my stomach that much. Oh, with cucumber and tomatoes? Interesting. Oh, avocados? Yeah, some avocados. Yeah, I have one avocado in the morning. I don't want to have more than one. Eggs, yeah. Scrambled eggs. Don't get egg whites, get the egg yolks too. Unless you have some genetic... Oh, okay, interesting. Nuts and chia seeds and berries with cottage cheese. Interesting. Cottage cheese, dairy. Yeah. I don't know. Sardines, tuna. I don't know. Tuna has a lot of mercury usually. Sardines, maybe. They're smaller. Greek yogurt. That's dairy as well. My body does not suit dairy well. Bison, what the hell? Okay, I can't easily get bison. Cottage cheese with some fresh fruit. Dollop of nut butter. Tomatoes, avocado, cucumbers. Eggs. Boiled eggs? Boiled eggs don't taste the best, honestly. Yeah, you have to cook the egg then. Canned and jarred fish. Oh, I'm getting hungry watching this, man. This don't even look good and I'm getting hungry. Fuck. Sucks that you have insomnia, Devin. Sleep is like one of the foundations for a happy life. With sleep, with insomnia, suddenly life gets a whole lot more miserable. That insomnia is one of the worst things. Oh man. So I'm sorry to hear you have that. Oh, let me show you something that reminds me. My friend, the first time I met him was when he was giving a talk at a, it's like a kind of presentation thing, giving a talk to a small group of people, just informal. And his talk was how he was a Don. Yeah, I think they're called Dons at the residence of university, where he just looks after a floor of students and just, yeah, man, it got triggered from my anxiety like 2 years ago. I've been trying to figure out how to counteract it. Yeah, that really sucks. My friend was a Don at this residence and taking care of, watching over a floor of university students. And one of the university students was having suicidal thoughts. So he was having a talk with this student. And I forget if he was the one who first just told the student, but the student was having all these existential crises, right? Like, is he in the right program? What is the point of all this? What is the point of going through all this? What is going to happen to him afterwards? What is the whole point of any of this? He was having like an existential crisis. And the solution to that wasn't thinking more about those problems and going deeper down the rabbit hole. The solution to that was, my friend was asking him, like, what are you eating these days? Are you getting enough sleep? What is your sleep hygiene like? What time are you going to bed? And are you eating regular meals? Like, are you socializing with anyone? Or are you just in your room all day? Like, there's these basic foundational things that, if taken care of, would actually increase his happiness regardless of the anxiety-filled existential crisis that he was having. Because if you're just in your room all the time, not seeing anyone, and not eating healthy foods, you're eating junk foods, and you're not sleeping well, that is a recipe for misery. So I think that was a realization that he had, being a Don, that the basic foundational hygiene routines and habits and food and movement, exercise, sunlight, social aspects, talking to people, friends or what have you, interacting with people, and all those had a profound influence on one's mental well-being and happiness. Yeah, that was a good talk, and I was so interested in talking to him afterwards that I finally got the chance to, after being in a few different group of people, that I finally got the chance to talk to him, and then we ended up walking home together, and we've been friends ever since. Even though I haven't seen him in a few years, I would message each other once in a while or talk on the phone once in a while, and yeah, he's an interesting friend. Yeah, it's always fascinating talking to him. But anyways, that was the first introduction that I got to him, was his talk about. And I think Jordan Peterson says the same thing. It's like, when he sees clients who are depressed as a psychologist, the first checklist he goes through are all the well-being questions, like, do you have a social life? What is your diet like? Are you eating healthy? Are you sleeping well? Are you moving at all? Are you moving your body? Are you going outside? Are you getting some fresh air, sunlight, what have you? Just all those things, social, physical, and yeah. And do you have how's your job? Is it enough to Is it causing you a lot of stress, or do you have some outlets, hobbies, or things that bring you joy outside of work? All those checklists, those were what he goes through with someone who is in a bad place in life or mentally. Yeah, and it reminds me of my doctor friend who says most patients, the doctors say, have shitty life syndrome. It's not that it's not that they have a particular solvable problem. It's that they have a shitty life. And it's a combination of multiple things like work and diet and exercise and all those things that they have shitty lives on multiple front of those. And because of that, even if they fix one of the things, try to address one of the symptoms that of their health that they came to the doctor for, it would not help in the long run. Because of their shitty life, they would end up coming again for the same reason or for a different reason, either months or years down the line. So doctors, at least from the doctors here that I guess that he's spent time with, call it shitty life syndrome for patients who have they're gonna have recurring health problems for the rest of their life. Yeah. And yeah, that's sad. It's not particularly like they were born genetically with bad health, but their shitty life is causing them health problems again and again. Anyways, well, this is a long talk, 31 minutes. My ultimate guide to healthy snacks. Let's see this buff guy. Let's see what he says. Oh, don't tell me you're buying. Yeah, 80% of your diet should be single ingredients foods like salmon, chicken, asparagus, broccoli, blueberries, pasberries? What the hell? Raspberries? Raspberries, probably. Pasberries? I don't know what pasberries is. Help your macrons, whey protein, mission card wraps, protein barbs, tacos, pizza, ice cream. Oh man, he's talking about all these protein bars and protein powder should not be your go-to protein source. However, it can be a great training wheel. Oh. Yeah, I found, what was that? There was a short I watched. I don't think I can find it, but I asked what his workout routine was. No shorts. How do I filter video? Wait, how can I filter for shorts? Nope, can't find it. Anyways, I'll just tell you since I remember. This guy with a black dude who was 41 years old or something. Maybe was he 40 or 50? I think he was 40. And he was jacked. And he pretty much did 4 exercises. He did pull-ups, dips, push-ups, and squats. And he did 250 of each. Which doesn't make sense to me because some exercises are way harder than others. So it doesn't make sense why you would do absolutely the same number for each exercise. Like 250 squats is way easier than 250 pull-ups. Anyways, and that guy said, was asked, what do you eat? What is your diet? And he said, berry smoothie in the morning, green smoothie in the evening, lots of chicken. He didn't eat beef, but he had lots of chicken, and he had lots of vegetables, and that was it. He didn't eat processed foods it was all just chicken, vegetables, berries, and I guess green smoothie is also vegetables. But anyways, yeah, he was jacked. He was, and all he does is body weight exercises, squats, pull-ups, dips, and push-ups. I was like, damn. I mean, he didn't have bulging shoulders, which looks attractive to have like big shoulders, but his arms were so thick that you didn't even notice. Like, it didn't look like small shoulders either. It's just that they weren't like outwardly developed more so than usual. Anyways, I was like, damn, he doesn't have any unhealthy foods. Just, I guess it can but get boring with just berries, berry smoothie, green smoothie, chicken, and vegetable. That would be pretty boring, but hey, who knows? Maybe just you have a goal and that supports your goal, so it brings you joy just eating those because you know you're keeping your body clean and getting closer to your goal. There's some joy in that, so. Ooh, I'm glad I brought a glass of water. I just saw a video of even just talking for 30 minutes like this. What is it? Making me thirsty. But there was was it a senator I saw on TV? I saw on the news at least. He talked for like 25 hours straight doing some kind of, I don't know, at Congress. I don't even know the whole point of that. He was making a case against what the current U.S. government's doing, and he didn't drink a glass of water for that time so that he didn't have to pee, and he talked for 25 hours straight, and his voice sounded like parched, man. His throat must have been so painful. 25 hours of talking, even 30 minutes of talking, and I'm getting thirsty and like dry throat. Imagine 25 hours. That's crazy. I mean, good for him that he made such a powerful impression on so many people. I don't know if it helps, but pretty impressive to watch, or at least hear about it afterwards. Because, yeah, 30 minutes of talking is making me really thirsty. Shit, dude. Insomnia. Yeah, when I was manic, the first thing that happens when you're manic is you can't get that much sleep. So even if you fall asleep easily, I kept waking up at 4 a.m. and I was wide awake and I couldn't fall back asleep, even if I laid in bed for another 1 or 2 hours. But that's different from not being able to fall asleep. Waking up early and being alert is actually not that bad, except for when you have to crash later on in the day because you're so tired. It's actually not that bad as trying to fall asleep and being in bed for hours and just watching the time pass, which, the people say, oh, don't look at what time you don't have a clock in your to look at when you're trying to fall asleep, because that just increases your anxiety. But yeah, not being able to fall asleep is shit, dude. That's horrible. Anxiety 2 years ago. Well, I hope you're not looking at screens in bed, Devin, because that would only make it worse. I made the crucial mistake of when I woke up in the middle of the night to look at my phone, and because of that, I ended up not being able to fall asleep for at least 2 hours. If I didn't look at my screen, I'm sure it would have taken an hour or less instead of over 2 hours to fall asleep. Oh, phone just, that was a dangerous mistake. I guess the best thing is not having your phone in the same room as you, but it's also daunting just trying to meditate and observe your thoughts at night if it's for hours at a time. I guess that's why I have my Kindle next to my bed in case I want to read any books. Oh, that book, The Creative Act by Rick Rubin. I'm enjoying the book on the Kindle, so I try not to lol. Yeah, once you look at the phone, it's game over, man. Like that wakes you up more. You get sucked into the phone. Yeah, it's hard if you have the phone in the same room, and it's really hard. That book, Creative Act by Rick Rubin, that I'm reading on the Kindle. I wanted to get a physical copy of it because I really like it, and it is like 42 or 44 Canadian dollars, and the hardcover, they don't sell the soft cover. So it's like, what the fuck, a book costing $44. Like, I thought books were supposed to cost $20. Why the hell is it double the price? And it's not even like a way bigger book or anything, it's just a standard book size. So shit. Well, I'm talking way longer than I thought. I think partly because of the comments and interacting with the likes of Devin and Shamir. I don't know if Nate's still there, but yeah, that's why. Oh, and if I'm sharing more detail about, I had lentil pasta with some pasta sauce when I was making my own lunch, and I had quite a bit of it. I had like 160, 170 grams measured, and then I put that all in. It's quite a big bowl of pasta, and the lentil pasta was, I guess, lentil, a lot of fiber or what have you. Certain things don't fit with me. The myth, the man, the legend, it's PY. Noni, One Punch Man. One Puncher. I'm gonna call you One Punch Man because of your I was talking about oh yeah, I had lentil pasta and I had stinky farts after. And so my girlfriend was like, no more lentil pasta for you. Because I was a stink bomb when I met her a few hours after lunch, like in the evening. I was like, yeah, it doesn't suit my body well. So I crossed out lentil pasta from the grocery list, even though it's high protein and so super easy to make. And I wrote down chicken breast instead. So instead of making lentil pasta, I'll just do chicken breast with salt, pepper, lemon juice, and that's it. Got a bag of lemons downstairs, so just cut that in half, squeeze it, put the lemon juice on, salt, pepper. Or actually, I have chicken seasoning, so I don't even need salt, pepper. Just the chicken seasoning and lemon juice. And yeah, that'll be a better lunch than lentil pasta turning me into a nuclear stink bomb. In university, I had the cheapest sandwich, the cheapest food possible, with my friend at the time, and that was the $3.50 half sandwich of the egg salad sandwich at Subway, and that turned me into the worst stink bomb. Like it was one of the worst farts that I've ever smelled, and so I was sitting in the study room with my friend, just the two of us in a small room, closed door, and he looks at me, and he's Korean. He goes, "Haepoktan," which is nuclear bomb in Korean. And I said, yeah. And he goes, oh, because I just farted a silent stinker. And he opens the door, he steps out he's like, oh, God. And he was just like airing out and just like had to take a break from the study room because it was so stinky. Oh my God. Man. Do you get stink bombs from dairy? Many are lactose intolerant. Yeah, I cannot have regular milk. I always have lactose-free milk if I do have milk, or some alternative like, nut milk, some kind of nut milk. But if I have a normal cappuccino or latte with no substitute, I get bloated, I get gassy, I get stinky. Yeah, all of the above. It's very bloated and gassy and stinky. Yeah. Which is weird because I didn't have that when I was drinking milk in Korea, and those were not lactose free. But when I moved to Canada when I was 12, yeah, it started causing more problems. And so I had to switch to lactose free. Yeah. So, no milk for me, but still getting lactose free, but 3.25% fat, because the higher fat, the tastier it is. And the whole get fat free, low fat from the 70s because of the Nixon era. Yeah, that should have never happened according to the studies they were basing on it. I saw the myth debunked thing, and they weren't. I think I can't remember the details, but they were using research that didn't even use right methods to measure things, or something like that. There was debunking the myth of toxifying, labeling fat as bad. And since they banned saying like, oh, don't have fatty stuff, like since they said that, obesity has just been spiking since then. Because they get rid of fat from our foods, and when you get rid of fat from foods, it tastes really bad. So they ended up adding a lot of sugar to make it taste better. So since they said fat is bad and they just replaced it with sugar, just obesity has been going up. Oh, let me see what you said. Tell us more about your trip about Vegas. Do a bit of research before. I hear some Canadians are freaked out by being detained at the border. Stay safe. I'm going with my friend in May. We're only going for a few days. We're going to a magic show one night, and then we didn't really plan out the rest, but like he's attending some thing. I'm not. But when he has time, yeah, I don't know. Detained at the border, eh? Canadians being freaked out by detained at the border. Well, right now, with the U.S. Like the thing for U.S. and Canadians, Canadians in the U.S., it's if you're there for more than, was it 10 days or 30 days or something like that? If you're there for more than 30 days, or was it 10 days? Anyways, I think it was 30 days. Then you need to have this sheet filled out, a long sheet filled out, and you have to get you have to carry it around with you at all times, and you have to have this proof of receipt that you filled it out. And but that's only for people who are there longer than a certain duration. I'm only there for a few days, so I won't have to face that. And detained at the border? Well, I'm flying there, so I'm not driving there. So I'm sure they're stricter at the border when you're driving. Yeah. Oh man, I'm getting tired. It's only, 10:43. That makes sense. Yeah. I'm going because my friend was planning to go there for a while now. Like, he had it planned for a while, and he was like, oh, let me know if you want to come. It'd be great to make it a buddy-buddy trip. And yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So, oh, Zia Rift. Hey, I discovered your channel a few weeks ago. I really like your genuine content. Yo, thanks for that, Zia Rift. I really appreciate it. Could you tell me which video you found me on? I have a feeling you're probably from one of the Ask Japan videos, according to so many of the people who found me. But yeah, they also do a lot of electronic device searches, random pulls, anything bad about it is seen as terrorism and other stuff. I'm currently a 26-year-old and my life is pretty similar as you. I would love you to react to some of my content. Oh, okay. Yeah, you could check out your YouTube channel, ZRF. Let me tell me which video you found me on, ZRF. ZRF. Oh, I found you. Yeah. Wow, you're posting every day. Holy, well, for the last 5 videos, you've posted every day. Wow. I found you from engineering graduate to NEET. I just binged YouTube for 2 hours. Oh, interesting. That wasn't even a hit video for me, and you found me. CRF. Wow, you have 170 videos on almost 2,000 subscribers. You're doing way better than me. Oh, you were doing oh, this is 5 years ago. I see. Some Minecraft stuff. Yeah, that video was recommended to me. Interesting. Okay, let me plug in my... I'm too tired to watch a long video. Oh, how I might lose... Oh, okay, you have... I might lose my job to Trump tariffs. That means you have a job. Good for you. You do a lot of doomer stuff. I'll check it out. Why? Oh, okay. Why I'm 26-year-old working a dead-end factory job. Interesting. That did super well, man. It's still getting views. Look at that. 88 views per hour. 8.7 thousand. 8,000. That's great. See, another person who didn't find you from an Ask Japan video. You're absolutely right, Devin. That was from engineering graduate to NEET. I just binged YouTube for 2 hours. Let me see what that video was. Let me check on my channel. Engineering graduate to NEET. I binged. Oh, here it is. Oh my. Oh, and I told my story. That was actually a pretty, like, story-based past, like, revealing about my past. Interesting. 204 views, and I got recommended the day in the life of... I recommend the day in the life of a factory worker. Oh, okay. Let me check. A day in the life of a factory worker. Friday, is this it? Friday night working overtime in a factory? Day in the life. Let me check. Oh, life of a... Oh, okay. Life of... Okay, let me plug in my headphones. Or just one, at least. Let's check it out, Zerift. Oh, since that is the one you recommend. The one with 2.5k views. Gotcha. Let's watch it. Oh, it's silent. Hold on. Okay, let me just make sure the volume is right. Yeah, that's volume. Finished watching Why Living in Canada Sucks. I'm depressed now. Oh, wait. Was there another one? Living in Canada Sucks? Living in Canada Sucks. Canada? Oh, Why Living in Canada Sucks. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Muffin's making a noise. Hold on. Sorry guys, let me just make sure he's not outside my door. Sorry, my Muffin wanted to go into my mom's room. Okay, let's watch The Factory. Here we go.
Alright guys, I just woke up, so I'm gonna show you typically how I normally live my day, you know, like why I'm like pretty tired.
Sorry, I'm just gonna speed it up just for time's sake. I usually watch it sped up.
So yeah, pretty much I just woke up and it's currently like around 5:30 a.m.
Wow, 5:30 a.m. Let's wait. That one gives a genuine perspective of my life. I do think you're super underrated though. Your analysis on many of your videos are very articulate. I feel there needs to be more genuine content on YouTube. All good. Ooh. That is quite the compliment, man. Underrated analysis. Okay, so yeah, I've heard that before. Analysis. I'm good at analysis. It just takes a long time to do and script it out, but I need. Okay, thanks for that encouragement, Zira. Let's have a look at your video. You're putting on jacket. The subtitle thought it was applause. That's funny.
So I'm currently running to the bus stop. I only got like 5 minutes left. So let's see if I can make it.
Oh shit. You filmed that? Oh my god. That's rough. Okay, let's see if I make it.
Oh shit. I'll meet you back up. I'm at the bus stop. Holy shit.
Oh,
almost there. Around
sun
2 minutes away. I
hasn't
should be able to
risen
catch up the
yet.
bus.
Oh my god. Holy shit,
Right,
that's
guys,
a
we actually made
workout.
it. I'll go on the bus now.
Oh my
I
god.
actually made it to work on
You
time.
made it.
It's pretty nice. Just gotta work. Then refill and clean my water bottle right now. So lunch, just a tuna sandwich. And yeah, this is pretty much all I bought for lunch. I don't really eat breakfast. Usually skip it.
Oh
Just gonna
wow.
put it in the fridge and we're good.
Must be hungry, man.
This is pretty much crackers. I guess I'm gonna have for break. And I can probably finish these for two, you know, the rice crackers. Yeah, so
Oh
I'm
my
at work early,
gosh.
and yeah, I'm just gonna wait until work pretty much starts. But typically,
That
you can see that. Oh well, it's the printers.
transit is like 1 hour. Fuck, I have no car. Which province do you live in? Yeah, the three of us on chat here, me, Noni, and the other guy are all in Ontario, which is a huge area, but I guess we're probably pretty close within Ontario, but
Pretty standard stuff, scanning stuff, but yeah.
oh, you're in BC. I see. Yeah, that's cool. We all Canadians, yeah. Yeah, hell yeah, Canadians. Even if 5-hour flight apart. We are so far apart that most countries are within 5-hour flight within each other in Europe and Asia. But we're still in the same country, 5 hours apart.
Take this and put it through. We'll be building like 50 of these, you know? It's gonna be pretty straightforward.
Oh shit, you gotta build 50 of those.
These nuts. And pretty much just do like this.
Let's see that again. You put that in.
These two.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, after this, let's see. I'm gonna see this. Alright. So I just made 3 of these, which is pretty good. Third one.
honestly, it's working quite well. Pretty good.
Interesting.
Okay, so
Interesting.
I think there's like 1 sweet left. Possibly, I'm not sure. I just got off work and I just missed the bus, unfortunately, but yeah, I'm gonna wait 10 minutes for the bus, and yeah. Alright, so I'm finally back home, about to show you guys what's inside the pizza boxes. Honestly, this is probably the most hyped I'll ever be, like, for a while, since I decided to celebrate by buying some pizza for no reason. I just like buying lots of food after work, because, you know, I can consume a lot of calories, okay, at work. So now it's time to chow down on the pizza, which I'm gonna show you. Alright, we got the first box over here, and I know this might seem ridiculous to you, like, this guy is getting super hyped up over pizza, but hey, I've been freaking working for like over 9 to 10 hours. I deserve some nice
9 to 10 hours?
Got some
Holy
nice
shit, dude.
Greek veggie pizza over here, looking very great. We got
Sounds like a
another Greek
reward.
veggie pizza. I'll do a closer up this time, you guys can see.
You must be hungry, dude. No wonder you're hyped for pizza. I mean, you must be so hungry by the end of the day. I'm currently a production worker. I produce auto parts. This part is pretty cringe. I got too excited about pizza. No, I was not kidding. I looked forward to dude, that makes total sense, dude. That's not cringe at all. That's like, it makes no sense if you're not hyped for the food that you're treating yourself to after work. This is like, I mean, it's junk food, but it's well-deserved reward for pizzas that day. Well, okay, yeah, that's a lot, but you didn't eat much all day, so it makes sense that you're that hungry.
It's looking pretty great, you know, looks very deluxe, lots of toppings, exactly how I want it. And for the third box, we've got some nice cheese pizza. There's also meat inside. So yeah, this is actually pretty hype. I'm not gonna lie, pretty excited to eat. Yeah, generally this is how the day usually goes. Like, honestly, like there's not much time like to do a lot of things every day. So yeah, this is pretty much my life as sort of like a minimum wage production worker. Hopefully things do get better. And well, hey guys, so I just finished eating the pizza, and it's pretty late right now. Honestly, I should have recorded this like earlier, but I really wanted to just chill, watch on YouTube. And hey, you know, time just went by so fast. It's like 7 o'clock, and I got to sleep soon, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to upload this video today. But I'll see. I might just schedule this for like tomorrow morning. But anyways, that's pretty much like how my typical day goes. Like in terms of weekday, when I go to work, come home, just relax. And I know like this lifestyle isn't that great. Like I'm pretty much a bum. I'm just working from like 6 to like 4 o'clock, and then getting home and then pretty much eating junk food. It's not.
That's not a bum, man. I mean, you're working what, like you're outside of your house 10 hours a day working. That's not a bum.
Come home, just relax. And I know like this lifestyle isn't that great. Like I'm pretty much a bum. I'm just working from like 6 to like 4 o'clock, and then getting home and then pretty much eating junk food. It's not the ideal life, you know. So but I really wanted to just be transparent and show you guys how I really live my life currently. And yeah, hopefully I can eventually like show you guys more interesting things. I might start working out as well. I've been getting really lazy. Maybe pick up a book, and let me know in the comments like what I should really do. Like I'm sort of like running out of ideas in terms of like stuff to do, like outside of just straight up talking in front of the camera. But I do really appreciate all of you like sticking around, and I read every single comment, so really appreciate that as well. And one last thing is that I recently actually opened up Discord server. I posted it in the community tab, as well as also in my channel description if you want to go join it. I would love to talk to a lot of you, and I'm also down for voice calls as well if you're comfortable. But that's honestly pretty much all I have to say. I know this video is probably going to be short, not very interesting, but I just wanted to get show you guys a realistic view of what my day's like. So hopefully the next video will be more interesting. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and peace if I ramble like a million times.
You know, it's wait. This guy's fit as fuck. I just watched a day in the life factory worker video. Dude literally ran a 5K to the bus stop holding a cam, backpack on, still talking to the cam. Dude wasn't even breathing hard. Thanks for the encouragement. Job market is tough these days. I used to be a graphic designer, UX designer. I was laid off. Oh man. That's actually like a graphic designer, UX designer. Like a lot of people aspire and study for that. Like the competition must be fierce. It's like one of those pretty popular things that a lot of people end up going into. You know, you say, you know, it's just my boring life, etc. But everyone's life is different, even if there are some similarities. And yours is quite different. Like, I don't think that many people are out from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. For work every day. So like seeing this, yeah, I was hyped with you and your pizza. Yeah, this man, I agree with him. I thank you for this. I find it so courageous and inspirational to be transparent and unashamed about your own life the way you are. Social media usually never shows this aspect of human life. It's always glitz and glam. Videos like these are so motivating. Thank you. Look forward to more. Hell yeah. You see? Yeah. Yeah, for sure AI is taking away a lot of tech jobs. Oh shit, was it partly because of AI that your graphic designer, UX designer was... Is that why? Your... Damn, was it AI? Shit. 570 calories burned in 1 hour. That's a personal record for me. Hell yeah, Devin. Cheers to that. You worked out hard. That's great, man. Um, Yo, that's tough, man. Leaving the house at 6 every morning before the sun rises, coming home by 4. That's tough. Yeah. Damn, dude. Honestly, this got 2.5k views. Videos like this should probably get like tens of thousands of views. I feel like these kind of videos deserve tens of thousands of views. Oh yeah, I mean this one did super well. 8.7k, still getting views. Um. Life is so fake. Yeah. I'll subscribe to you, man. I want to see what you have to say. And I really don't subscribe to a lot of people, so you'll be one of few that I see on my subscription page. I unsubscribe to most people. Life is so fake. That reminds me of what's his name? Life Outrage. Like, people are so fake. Curious what you have to say.
Hey, so today...
Thanks for the compliment. I do hope you blow up one day. You know, I have a feeling you might blow up past me. there's a chance you'll blow past me, Zia Rift. Okay, let's speed it up.
In this video, I just want to rant, talk about how I feel about life currently, and hopefully you can relate in some way. This is just my personal opinion. So, honestly, for the past few weeks, I've just been feeling really down, depressed. I know that a lot of you may have felt that way in your life sometime. Maybe you're feeling it right now, but currently I'm just feeling like I really need to express how I feel, because I might forget how I feel, and I really want to reflect on how I feel in the future. So this is also for me to reflect on for my future self. I might revisit this in 5-10 years and see if my opinions have changed on things. But in general, I don't really have a set theme for this video. This video is just going to be purely about me introspecting about pretty much life itself. It's going to be a broad.
PY will blow up big time, guaranteed. I have a good feeling about it, although I have my doubts too. But I trust that I will in time. It doesn't have to be super big, but big enough where I can earn a full-time living. Yeah. I made this video after I visited family. They were disappointed in me. Holy shit, dude. What the fuck? That is not nice. I mean, you're working to survive and they're disappointed in you?
Topic I'm going to cover on. So, life in general has just been brutal.
I was trying to seem confident in myself.
I feel like society has forced us into working pretty much an 8-hour shift.
Yeah.
And pretty much everyone's expected to go to school, right? After you graduate, you expect to get a good paying job. Now, that type of lifestyle may fit some people, but I feel like it doesn't really fit me that well. I've always been someone who's much more of a flexible type of person. In general, I don't like having grounded rules. And I feel like there's a lot of societal pressure to force us into working pretty much a wage, like a salary job.
Yeah,
which
wage
I think
slave.
a lot of people feel happy about because they feel fulfilled. They feel a sense of accomplishment by serving a purpose in a company. But for me, I just always felt like I always wanted to kind of work for myself in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's doing something very creative or just in general. I like to freelance a lot in the past. And that's just pretty much how I feel. I just feel like a lot of pressure is given to me for the past few weeks. I've gotten past acquaintances, family just asking me why I'm still here, working pretty much as a wage slave at a pretty much entry-level job. Like, why I haven't really advanced my career, why I haven't gone back to school. I just feel like there's a lot of societal pressure. I'm not sure if you felt it too, but for me, I felt it. And I just feel like why am I even living life in the first place? Am I trying to live life to impress others, or am I trying to live life to make myself feel happy? Now, these two things can be interconnected. You can feel happy by feeling a sense of achievement and showing off to others and expressing your achievements to others. That's great. But for me, I just feel like
I think I'm similar in the sense I feel unorthodox, like I want to do work for myself. Yeah, a lot of people like you, and I guess me too, well, actually, yeah, maybe less so. Maybe more you than me feel like you want to work for yourself. Because I actually wasn't too miserable working at companies, like big companies. Although, yeah, there were some downsides with the people there, or if you're dealing with customers that are unhappy, that has an impact. But I could probably adapt, but some people can't adapt to those because it's just so out of their realm. Yeah, it's just a recipe for misery for a lot of people, to work at a company. Yeah, this is what I was talking about in my latest video, like the being a wage slave and this artificially imposed, being worried about money all the time. Yeah, it's not ideal.
I feel like that's a very shallow way of living life. I don't really like living life for the sake of acknowledgement from others. I used to feel that way. I remember vividly around elementary school, in my last year, I was 12 years old. I was kind of into Naruto. If you don't know that show, it's pretty much anime, where the main character kind of struggles a lot. No one takes him seriously. He's pretty much a class clown. I kind of feel like I relate to a lot to the main character. Back then, just because I was sort of an outcast and no one took me seriously, I was pretty much a clown in the class, in a bad way. People would make fun of me, never think I would achieve anything in life, and that really put me down. And that feeling hasn't stopped. I just feel like I'm just a letdown and a disappointment to pretty much my past friends I made, which there are no more, as well as my family and relatives. And it really bogs me down that society in general, how I feel right now is, like, the only way I will feel sense of happiness is by impressing others, improving others wrong. Because I feel like a lot of people around me don't take me seriously. They literally think that I have no future, and I pretty much don't have a lot of potential. That's a word. Now, for me, I know...
Holy shit, dude. What the fuck? Why are they so... Oh, fuck. Say fuck you to them. What the fuck? You have no potential and... What the fuck? Why would you ever say that? Why would you ever say that to someone? Oh my god. It's like, what are you doing by saying that to someone? Are you even encouraging them? No, you're just dissing them. How does that help them in any way? Oh my god, what a horrible thing to say. That you have no potential? Don't listen to them, man. Yeah, I mean, you heard it, but don't take it to heart. Yeah, that's give them the middle finger. I think I'm similar in the sense I feel unorthodox. Yeah,
I've never been
I
the
already
smartest
read
kid in
that.
the block. My IQ has been in the 90s. I've just always been pretty below average kid. And even at work, I get a lot of coworkers just ask me why I haven't gone back to school, when I'm going back to school, and it just made me really wonder, like, am I really living just to listen to others' advice? Like, don't get me wrong, those advice that they gave are reasonable. You know, like, I should probably go back to school, get a better paying job, but I just feel like I want to sort of trace my own path and follow my own dreams. I know that might seem a bit too idealistic and unrealistic to some of you, but for me...
I think it's due to me being a C plus B average student and I didn't make it to university. I mean, even if you were C plus B average student, to tell that kind of person that they have no potential, what the fuck? That's like, why would you say that to anyone? Like, fuck them, man.
I really actually have high standards for myself. I've just been very lazy, tired, combination of things that really made me not push myself further. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, I just don't want to live to impress others. I don't want to do just what someone says, even if they make sense. I kind of want to forge my own path and kind of prove those people wrong, that I can succeed in my own unique way. I don't have to follow the way that society kind of pushes us to succeed, such as going to a good school and getting a good paying job. Now, that might be great for some of you. You might feel like that is the way for you to succeed in life. That's great. But for me, I'm different. And you might think I'm just lazy. Well, that may be...
By the way, if you don't want to go to school again, fuck school, man. Like, after I did engineering, I was like, fuck that. I am never going to school again. Yeah. I am not voluntarily putting myself through anything like that again.
fuck school.
True, but personally for me,
I mean, some people, sure, they like it and they think it's worth it. For them, yeah, that's true. But for me, I was like, after engineering, I was like, never again. No master's, no PhD, which my friend is regretting his PhD so badly. Yeah, you're 26, bro. Live your life. I'm 25. I'm still learning that. It's difficult as fuck. Yeah. If you don't want to go to school, then don't go to school. It would just increase your misery if you're doing it for the sake of others telling you to do it, if you don't want to do it anyways, yeah.
I just feel like I wouldn't feel happy even if I just gone that path. I've just always felt like I was very different from others in the way I think.
Thanks so much for understanding. It's rare to find people like you, since I see a lot of people only see school as the only way to live happy. Yeah, like, you don't have to go to school to be... Like, you don't have to go to school to make it in life. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. I mean, sure, it can be a path, but it's not even a guaranteed path. Like, if it was guaranteed that if you go to school and then you do X and Y after, then it's you live a good life, sure, for a certain percentage of people, but it's not a guaranteed path. Not everyone. Like, heck, I went into engineering, ended up not getting an engineering job, and now it's been how many years? A decade. It's been a decade, and I haven't made use of my degree, and now the degree is pretty much useless, other than, oh, maybe you might be overqualified for this minimum wage job, but, you know, or that's what happened with my last call center job. Luckily I still got it for a little while, but yeah, my engineering degree, all those thousands of dollars to pay for that, kind of useless. Yeah, kind of useless. Also, I'll give you a shout out on my Discord server. Cool. Thanks for the shout out.
And it's just frustrating to know that also in life, a lot of times in life kind of forces you to hide behind a mask. Now,
yeah, that's the same thing I heard Life Outrage say. He hated that he had to put on a mask at work, and especially at work, but sometimes with family and family friends too. Like, fuck, yeah.
I'm not sure if any of you have gone to a job interview or tried to make like a friend or even a girlfriend. I can promise you, you probably didn't reveal your true self, true sense of self to them. You probably hid behind a mask and revealed only your positive traits and hide your negative ones. Now, I can't blame you. That's completely normal, but I feel like there's a lack of transparency in life in general. I think social media sort of changed us. Back then, remember, you could just knock in your neighbor's door and make a friend that way. Nowadays, people are much more shutting, closed in, and feels like there's a lack of trust between a lot of people now. I don't know if that's 100% true, but that's just the stigma and feeling I get from people nowadays. It seems like a lot of people hide their true self. They kind of want to make themselves seem more happy than they are, especially like in Instagram. You might see some photos of them. And that brings me to another point, which is a bit more off topic. It's not exactly life, but it's just in general social media and YouTube. Now, you're probably seeing a lot of videos like this on YouTube where someone just talks about their life, experiences with school, growing up, their struggles, and motivation. Well, a lot of times you might think that
I hate the mask I wear. Yeah, it takes guts and overcoming fear to take off the mask and say fuck you to anyone who doesn't like you without your mask on. It's really difficult to do because we're all programmed to feel like we want to fit in, and to take it off would be against the norm. That would other people wouldn't like that. Yeah.
they actually are going through a lot, and sometimes you might not even relate to them due to like how professional they look. Like, I feel like there's a lack of authenticity and transparency even on YouTube. I feel like a lot of people try to show their best self, like this on YouTube, where someone just talks about their life experiences with school, growing up, their struggles, and motivation. Well, a lot of times you might think that, they actually are going through a lot, and sometimes you might not even relate to them due to like how professional they look. Like, I feel like there's a lack of authenticity and transparency even on YouTube. I feel like a lot of people try to show their best self to others, even when they're expressing their own problems. And what I mean by that is that they really spend a lot of time actually just lighting behind the scenes. They kind of spend a lot of time writing down a script, even if you don't think they're reading off a script. They probably have it like memorized in their head. And I feel like YouTube has really not been very, like, people on YouTube, I feel like aren't as transparent as back then. And a lot of people kind of just follow a formula, and it just really frustrates me. There's a lack of real authentic people on YouTube, and that kind of gave me almost a purpose in general. I've actually been an avid YouTube enthusiast for like since 2014. I made this channel back in 2014, and I always wanted to kind of make YouTube videos. Now YouTube has changed a lot since back then. A lot of famous YouTubers have quit and retired due to how YouTube has become today. But well, I think I got a bit off topic. But basically, I just feel like not a lot of people in general are showing their true self.
Actually, no, that was still on topic, and I would actually like to hear more of that. Yeah, about YouTube and all that.
There's a lack of true authenticity, and a lot of people aren't afraid to be wrong, are too afraid to be wrong as well. So it's really unfortunate how life is kind of like that now, where we're kind of forced to live under societal pressure. And yeah, that's basically what I really want to talk about. Probably repeat myself a lot of times, but hopefully you understand and hopefully you can relate. And yeah, that's pretty much my rant.
Yo, this is like similar to the Life Outrage channel that I found. Except for some reason he's getting like thousands and tens of thousands of views. And you have one of those hits, that 9,000 view one, but yeah, this. Yeah, I feel like these deserve more views too. Oh yeah, I saw your video on him. I feel like your videos are underrated too, man. I feel like this life is so fake rant. I feel like this deserves a lot more views than 150. A lot more. The hell. I guess the YouTube algorithm is coming slow to us most of the times, you and me. Putting your videos are putting me in a pensive mood again, of like seeing someone like it seems like you're living on your own, supporting yourself with your job and paying your bills. I mean, you got more responsibilities than me, since I'm not even working to support myself. I'm just living still with my mom. So I hope I also do motivate you and make you feel better too. Yeah, you live by yourself and supporting yourself. Yeah. I hate Gen Z and what life has become. Oh, that's a viral hit for you. 1.4K views. Shit. I keep saying in my recent videos, like, oh, I'm gonna have to eventually at least support myself with at least a part-time job. And I say it easily like that, but honestly, I haven't even applied to jobs in so many years that I don't even know if I'll be able to get a part-time job like that easily. It might be a struggle to get a part-time job in my current state. Like, I don't even know what the job market's like for part-time jobs these days, and I might have to be a real wage slave, doing grunt work. Maybe including being mistreated by people in order to just get a job that I can get. It's just because it's a part-time minimum wage job doesn't mean it's easy to get. So I guess I'll update you guys how that's going when I end up job searching, but that's what I'm super terrified about. No company will hire me as a designer if I'm working as a factory worker for the past 2 years. There's a huge gap between me and being a designer now. Oh, it's been 2 years? It's fear of falling behind. Yeah, that's tough. I guess that brings to me one thing that I remember. Show your work. by Austin Kleon. That's a great book. He said people want to see what you've been working on now, not what you did in the past, but what you're working on now. And so he was talking about whether it's blogging every day or making a YouTube video or tweeting about what you're working on these days. If you really want to go back into design, then I guess doing something that you can show what you've been working on in that front, what you've been working on recently, would be the best way to... And if you even make a YouTube video about it, this is what I've been working on. Okay, dude, I gotta stop. Just binge 5 of your videos straight. Zia Rift, you got a new fan. You got a new Canadian fan. Actually, 2, including myself. Shit, dude. Yeah, show your work. If you want to get a design job, my advice would be to show your work of you working on something related to design. No matter how small the project is, something current, something that you've been working on recently. And have it ready to display at a job interview. That's if you want to go back into UX design and all that. We Canadians gotta support each other. I know the Canadian economy is rough right now. Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely start side projects. Even if I'm not paid to do it. Yeah, if you have some work to show for, hey, that's better than someone who has a degree but has no work to show, right? Because you actually have something to show. That gives you a leg up versus someone who doesn't have anything to show, even if they have a more recent degree than you. So, yeah. I would recommend that book, by the way, Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. And that's a physical book where there are like drawings and images, and it's actually a good read. Actually, that's the reason why I bought a domain name, a website, polyu.ca, my blog, and it's a lot of money over the months and years. Like, it adds up, and like I bought the domain name. I have a website, but and I bought it because of the book, but I don't know if it's the best idea. Like, do I really need a website? I don't know. I guess it's cool to have my domain name, polyu.ca, but I'll check it out, that book. Yeah, Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. Let me type it in. Yeah. It's not the easiest book to get for some reason. Like, on Amazon, it was like, I couldn't get it on Amazon for some reason, so I had to buy it from a bookstore. Physically had to go there and buy it. Oh, shit. Let me see what Gen Z and life has become.
Hey y'all. So today I'm just going to be talking about life. I know it's a very broad subject, but today I just want to share some thoughts that's going on around in my head pretty much the past few days. So if you're a new viewer, you might not know I work in a factory job, but if you're an existing viewer, you probably already seen my factory video where I explain about my frustrations working in a factory job with no advancement in my career. So in that particular job, a lot of the times there's 2 scenarios that goes in my mind. I either don't think because it's so dumb numbing, like you're just building product pretty much repeatedly for like hours on end. You either don't think at all, or you think like crazy. I feel like that's why I sometimes feel like I go absolutely insane, and my brain's just absolutely fried by the time I get home because I think way too much when I'm at work, because you're pretty much building stuff. Like there's only so much things you can do, right? Am I just gonna stare at space, or am I gonna think like crazy? There's like no in between, sadly. And obviously I listen to music sometimes, but listening to music gets boring and stale.
I was super tired when I'm making this video, so I probably repeat myself a lot of times. This was after a 9-hour shift, so yeah, lol. Oops.
And it can really be mentally draining, because by the time I get home, I just don't feel like using my brain for anything, and I just end up staring at a wall. or on my computer.
Dude, that makes so much sense, dude. You work like that for so long and you're just so exhausted that you don't want to do anything else when you get home. Holy shit. Like, that is. I mean, so many people are living a life like that, but oh my god, yeah. That's. Damn, dude. That is tragedy.
Just doom scrolling on Reddit, or just YouTube videos. I know it's a very unhealthy habit. I'm trying to work on it. I know doom scrolling on Reddit is something that's not great for your brain. It really makes you dumber and lowers your attention span. But before I stray too far away from the topic, which honestly can't really stray too far from the topic of life, I just want to talk more about some frustrations I have for society as a whole and my current generation. So if you didn't know, I'm currently pretty much 26 years old. I was a 1990s kid, like very late 1990s kid. So I guess I fall under the category of Gen Z, which is Generation Z. Well, Z is the way you pronounce it in Canada, but pretty much 1997 to 2012 is Generation Z. And this generation, I feel like, is just the worst generation to date. I know some of you might not agree with it, but I've done a bit of research. Generation Z does feel like the worst, from my experience as well. And let me explain why I don't like living and born in Generation Z. First thing, when I was like, I would say like 9 years old, I was sort of already introduced to digital. What I mean by digital is I was introduced to like the computer itself. We had those really big fat plasma computers. I'm not sure what that's called. It's like a plasma screen. It gets really hot, and generally speaking, that time is really strange. It was like kind of mixed between the real life and digital. I feel like the internet was still a baby that time. No one really even knew that YouTube was going to be a thing at all, and let alone now look where we are today. But what I'm trying to say is back then, I feel like more people were much more open. And what I mean by that is that a lot of people like to shut themselves in online, and I feel like the internet and computers and technology advancement is great at its core, but personally for me, I just find that being born when it's evolving at a rapid speed is not very great for development. I feel like I wish I was kind of born, and even in my trainings, I wish there wasn't any computers, because I feel like it kind of changed the way we interact with others. Back then, when I was very young, 7 years old, I remember it was much more closely knit. I remember I could just knock in my neighbor's door, they would be happy to call me over, have some tea, and it would be a pleasant experience. Nowadays, it feels like everybody does everything online, and everybody seems to put on a false and fake mask when you're speaking to another person, an acquaintance in person. It feels like people are more fake nowadays. People don't trust others as much. Like now, if you knock on someone's door, they're probably saying you're like a scammer, or you're trying to sell like cookies. You know, you're like a salesman, or like a marketer. Unfortunate that's the case nowadays. Back then, if you had a classmate, you could just knock in their door and you guys can hang out. And I feel like so many people spend so much time online. Even the dating space is almost pretty much online now. No one really dates in real life, like directly. It's a lot similar to just open up like Bumble or Tinder to get like a girlfriend or boyfriend. And I feel like the way the internet evolved really is unhealthy for our brain, because a lot of the apps on the internet is not very healthy, such as Reddit, Twitter, like social media in general. Like basically, you know the notification rate, and then you see the number based on how many notifications you get. Well, when that pops up.
Hey man, I agree with you exactly how you felt. I'm a millennial. We always have some optimism. I feel for you. Man, not only Gen Zs feel this way. I feel the same as you. Yeah, they're agreeing.
Your brain receives dopamine, and it makes you feel good. I feel like that's not very healthy for your brain. I know there's a lot of narrow, stuff that goes on. I'm not smart enough to explain what it is, but you probably get the gist of it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that being born when there was technology evolving just really sucks. I wish we went back to traditional route when it wasn't really the digital age. And I feel like another thing I don't like about the Generation Z is just that education is just widely accessible, and it's very competitive. Pretty much everyone has the tools they need online easily. And I feel like the economy is also very bad worldwide for us. Like, we can't even afford a house. I remember someone told me that back then you could literally just make $20 an hour as a mailman. Buy a house, raise a family, kids. Nowadays, you see a lot of people just unemployed, or they're alone, no kids, even if they have a partner. Seems like more Generation Z folks don't really want to have kids, and I can see why. Personally, for me, I don't know yet. I don't have a partner, so I don't really have a say on it. But another thing I just don't like is that job searching can be absolute pain. I remember before, it was almost like auction house. You could go in person, see postings in a small city, and it feels like everything is done online nowadays. Now, the internet obviously has its positives. It's much more accessible, and even let's say you have a disability, you can't walk. It's very useful. But unfortunately, the internet, I feel like, has been played with a lot of marketing. It's become more corporate and manufactured. What I mean by that is that on Instagram, you probably see a lot of ads, as well as even on YouTube. You've probably been watching this, like that might be ad, even though I'm not even monetized. That's how, like, corporations and businesses run. It's just the truth. Obviously, there's also benefits that a lot of content creators can, make money on the side now, which is nice. They can do it as a side hustle. But I feel like there's a lot of negative things about the internet and where we're born. It feels like there's a lot of also brain rot content. I remember there's a lot of people that knows what Fortnite is. You've probably seen the rise of it in 2018. It seems like a lot of people nowadays just consume a lot of rapid, fast content on the internet. Their attention span's really poor. And no one really goes to the library anymore, I realize. Back then, a lot more people went to the library when I was 10 years old. I remember people would borrow like audiobooks, video games even. You could like literally rent like a Wii game, like Mario Kart, a Wii for like a Wii. It felt much more personal almost. You could literally just make a friend in the library. Nowadays, you can just download books online, get an Amazon like paper white, read it digitally. It's not the same. I still prefer the physical copy of a book. It's more immersive, personally. I feel like it kind of kills immersion to read it like on like an iPad or something like that. Also, I don't get the whole idea of online schooling. I feel like online courses take away the social interaction. It just does not feel the same to interact with other humans online. I guess it has something to do with like human evolution. We are naturally like, we kind of need to like interact with humans by actual sight, and humans are also like physical too. Like the touch, you can't really feel that sense when you're online. And
Agreed.
yeah, there's just a lot of things going wrong with this generation. Like housing prices have skyrocketed. Where I personally live, can barely afford a house. The cheapest house is like $1.2 million. Now imagine being student debt, not able to afford a single house. Even if you work for like 5-10 years, you might not be able to afford it because of taxes, a lot of crap going on in life. It's not as easy as that. Yeah, I'm just like frustrated by like overall like what's been happening around the world as well. I feel for you all. If you're watching this, if you're going through something rough, totally understand. You're not really low on this. Another thing I want to point out is actually a quote from one of my history professors in high school. Well, it's more like a teacher. It's not really like professors. I remember he had a really insightful quote I want to share. He pretty much said that the baby boomers had it the best. People born in like 1960s, I believe, they had lots of babies, and they could literally just raise an entire family, have multiple houses, while they shit and burn the entire world. We have to deal with the consequences. They live fat and happy. We suffer the consequences. That's literally what he said, and I feel like that's the sad truth. We are dealing with the consequences our previous generations have caused, which is not cool. I feel like we need to treat our future generation better, and it's just kind of crazy how things have changed throughout the world. I remember back then, before the internet, people were actually using dial-up phones. Never used it. It's pretty much you have to wait so long. I remember I had to like call one of my friends back then. Like, he's no longer my friend, but basically I called on him, and I had to leave the phone on when we were playing a game. Now we have Discord and Skype. Well,
Yeah.
years back, which is not live anymore, and now we have a lot more communication platforms. So yeah, I'm just pretty frustrated with the world and society as a whole currently. I feel like things have changed way too much since I was a kid, and now it's getting a bit worse. It feels like there's so much manufactured content online, not just on YouTube. You might have noticed a lot of people advertising their products, or people just not acting sincere online. I guess a good example on YouTube is you probably notice a lot of influencers, they're doing their hair, making sure to have the perfect angle at all times. It just feels like a lot of people put on a fake persona, unfortunately. There's not a lot of genuine content out there. People seem to just focus way too much on marketing and just being someone they're not. And it's just frustrating that it's also very hard to make genuine friends nowadays. I feel like a lot of people don't really see the true value of friends anymore. Friends are pretty much just, it doesn't really have as much meaning as before. Like, adding someone in Discord or like randomly online in a video game does not mean they're a true friend. I don't necessarily call those people my friend. A friend is someone you went through hardships with, perhaps, in real life.
No, sorry for repeating myself a lot. No, I don't think you're repeating yourself at all. You're touching on different things.
And you shared your secrets. That is a true friend. Someone who's been through tough crap with you your entire life, and also you can trust them with your money. And you would literally let them take care of your grandparents. And I just feel like people are less trustworthy nowadays. That's another issue I have with this generation. This generation just treats people like crap. This generation pretty much cares a lot about looks, their social status, their education. Back then, you could literally work as pretty much almost like minimum wage. You could still live comfortably. Now you're pretty much forced to be a nurse or an engineer, electrician, or tough. Either you have to work as a freaking trades, very heavy labor, very tiring, back freaking hurts. You probably spend all your money on like drugs later, smoke a blunt or two to make yourself feel better, or you have to go to school for literally like 4 to 6 years, sometimes 8 years, just to get a freaking degree. And now you probably even need a master's degree because the job market is very competitive in Canada. I don't know where you live, but it's probably similar. Like certain industries are going to do better. Another issue I have is the AI advancement. It took over my industry. I used to be in the design industry. I created logos, banners, websites. Now, entire industry has been taken up by AI and replaced, especially junior positions. So the tech industry is not.
Hold on.
You need a master's degree because the job market is very competitive in Canada. I don't know where you live, but it's probably similar. Like certain industries are going to do better. Another issue I have is the AI advancement. It took over my industry. I used to be in the design industry. I created logos, banners, websites. Now, entire industry has been taken up by AI and replaced, especially junior positions.
So it was
the tech
AI.
industry is not doing right now. There's just a whole lot wrong with life,
Wow.
and my generation, in general, I feel like my generation suffered the consequences the most, unfortunately. Now, I know there's a lot to take in. I pretty much talked about a vast amount of topics, but this is just what I want to get out right now, because these have been things I've just been thinking for the past month, like on and off in my brain, I've just been thinking.
Shit.
I know, like, I might seem like lazy, but a lot of times you have to realize hard work doesn't always get you to where you want to be. Sometimes working smart is better. You may have heard the saying, work smart, not hard. You could work your butt off at school, but not just because you got, let's say, a degree doesn't mean you're going to get a good paying job afterwards. And even if you work your absolute ass off, it's still not going to be enough sometimes. There is a lot to factor in life too. And yeah, life is just unfair, I understand, but I feel like
You need a master's degree in psychology to be a psychologist, I believe, in Canada at least. I thought it was PhD if you wanted to be a psychologist. Yeah, I thought it was PhD, which is, yeah. Maybe it's master's, I don't know. I thought it was PhD, but yeah, crazy amount of... If you want to go through the regular, like, school route and the traditional way, yeah, it's not to give you a little bit of insight into a friend who was considering psychology, and that's even worse. There was a guy, a friend, the same friend that I mentioned, who gave that talk as a Don at Residence, and he said he was considering becoming a psychologist, but then he realized all the schooling and stuff, and is it really worth it to sink all those years? And and money into schools to become a psychologist, or he could try a different approach. And he ended up taking the different approach, and things just started clicking for him as he started working at this productivity coaching. He started volunteering for that, and then he started coaching productivity things to these like CEOs even, because they're interested in the course. So he got some connections, and then he started like coaching these, even though he's much younger than them. They're like 20 years older than him, and he would coach these like tech high people in tech, these high positions, and now he's just doing that. He just has several clients and he helps them one-on-one, and he has a remote job where he just talks to them online. And he skipped the entire psychologist route. Networking is really important. Yeah, because he put his foot in the door, and when he volunteered to help out for this like productivity coaching class, and that's what he was into. So it's apparently a small space, productivity. So he actually was in the same like video call as Ali Abdaal, because Ali Abdaal, the big YouTuber, was also in the productivity space, and they were under this like bigger productivity coach or something like that. So there's a small niche network. And so because he was so stewed in the material, he ended up, he's not, he's working remotely and barely able to pay the bills, but he's paying the bills. Maybe he's past barely paying the bills, but now he worked from Portugal, which is his dream place to live, in Lisbon. And he moved there for 4 months and worked from Lisbon, Portugal. So he found a way around, but he got his foot in the door by knowing what industry he wanted to kind of go into, and proactively like volunteering and working in that space for like these like after class, after work programs. He was volunteering for that and got close with the productivity coaches and got really deep in that network. That's how that's a crazy story that he went through. He's one of those really odd paths. Went from a corporate job, which he was really stressed out about, into now working for himself.
Like, people did have it better off back then. Like, obviously you could make the argument that technology has made people more learning easier, and it's a lot easier to do things. You should be grateful. But I feel like people are much more isolated now. I find it very difficult to make a friend, let alone a dating partner. It's very difficult to trust anyone in this age. And I feel like there's not a lot of truthful people out there anymore. Like, I can't really trust anyone from the top of my head. It was like anything to do with like my personal life or money, and money kind of runs the world, sadly. But I'll probably get to the topic of money in another video. But yeah, this is just a general like event on what I'm feeling. I think I pretty much covered all I'm trying to talk about. I know there's probably some more work-related things I want to cover, but probably touch base on that in another video. But yeah, if you're still here, very appreciate you staying here listening to me talk. I know this is a lot more of me talking about society, not really my personal experience, but generally speaking, I just want to share stuff that I've been thinking throughout my days and months. But one last thing before I close off this video is, if you haven't joined my Discord server, I recommend you join it if you just want to stay connected with others. Everyone's welcome. I don't care about your religion, I don't care about your ideology, I don't care about your political alignment, I don't even care if you're a dang cat. You should join it just to like hang out. I really want to just build a community with people and just learn more about others. Because I personally, as an outcast myself, I don't really talk to other humans that much. So yeah, and yeah, in another video I might cover more about my personal struggles, like we have been going through ADHD. But yeah, you can see I'm already rambling now. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. I'm gonna end it off before I start starting anymore. But yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate you listening, and have a great day or night, depending on when you're watching this.
Thanks for sharing that story. Yeah. That is the story of my productivity friend. I love working with most of my Gen Z coworkers, much more so than my mostly pretty good millennial coworkers. Interesting. All of them are 40 plus. It's hard to relate to people that are almost 20 years older than you. Damn, the workplace where they are 20 years older than you. One day ago. This is still going. Wait, 100. The hell? It says 141 views. This thing is broken. Sadly, all my coworkers are 40 plus years old. Yep, that's what I said. Shit, dude. Wow, shit. It is 11:38. Oh, I'm thirsty. I need to grab another glass of water and go to sleep. It is not that late in BC. It is 1, 2, 3, 8:39. Yeah, 8:39 p.m. At least it's Sunday tomorrow, so you probably don't have to go to work tomorrow. But shit, yeah. You're another YouTuber, ZRift, who is making me pensive about the state of most people's lives and dissatisfaction about the way things are in society. And yeah, oh, you're EST. Yeah, we're in the Greater Toronto area. Yeah, in Ontario. So EST is 3 hours difference. Oh, I better sleep. Thanks for joining, and sure, I'll join your Discord server. I'll join it after I close this. Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what more you post. What was it? I want to share something with you, ZRift. Because I think it might apply to you. I also joined your Discord server. Cool. It was getting money on YouTube is easy. Was it this guy? No. I think it was similar to this guy. So it's this guy. I think this guy applies to you. Like, oh, what? There's no popular video? Oh, okay, I can search it. Popular. Wait, latest is 4.2K, 3. Yeah, okay. Where is it? Here it is. So in this video, he says, if you're just working hard to pay the bills, film yourself for 15 to 20 minutes talking about your day and talk about your day-to-day things. He gives examples of what to title it. I think he might be onto something. If you say working at a factory worker as a dead-end factory worker at age 26, and then the date, and then just change the date number for each video, and just keep talking about your day-to-day stuff. Try it out. I'm not doing it because I don't have a job, but you have a job that people would be actually interested in hearing from you. If you title it similar things, talking about your day-to-day things, and just vlogging about your day-to-day life and how you're feeling, for 15 to 20 minutes, it helped him. Yeah. Although, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know how legit this experience is, because, okay, some of his videos are, yeah. My first day as Amazon delivery driver. Moving to a new house. So I don't know. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Yeah, I don't know how legit this strategy is, but try it out. Try it out and see if it works. I would say try it out for at least 2 weeks. Try posting every day or like filming every day as soon as you get home from work. For 2 weeks, just try it out and see what happens. Maybe he's right. Maybe this strategy works for you. Maybe it doesn't. But you won't know until you try it out. So I hope that helps in some way. Maybe it turns out it doesn't work, but I have a feeling it might. Like, dead end factory job. Like, you just keep repeating that and talk about your days? Yeah. Look at that. Friday night working overtime shift in a factory. 580 views. Like, that's a viral hit for a small channel. And you just have to repeat that title. Same type of title again and again. I guess if I were, you know, let's say working as a server or at a gym, I'd be like, 34-year-old with an engineering degree working at a gym, front desk, day, number, yeah, but me doing different things. Oh, I see. So basically use the same title, but me doing different things. It could be pretty similar. Just talking about your day, how you feel, what are your thoughts that day. You can try the same title with different dates. That's what I was trying for a while. You can experiment, right? Try the same title, and if it's working, then just try changing the dates to see if it keeps working. If it's not working, experiment with different types of titles. Use AI to see if it can make it the title more catchier. But something about 26-year-old with UX design degree, now working dead-end factory job or something like that. Like, I do think I made sense since two of my most viewed had that title, right? So if those most viewed videos had that title, then put it in pretty much all your titles. Yeah. And just talk about your day. And just a brief catch up for those of you who are new. PY is amazing. I don't know if it'll work. I tried, unemployed engineering to NEET, unemployed 34-year-old, jobless 34-year-old. I stopped doing that route because my day-to-day is not talking about my work. It didn't really quite work. But you're working. This strategy is for people like you. It could really work for you. Yeah. Where do I change the date? Oh, like, I'll show you an example of my videos. So let me show you. So here, day in the life of a 34-year-old NEET in Canada, and then I just put in the date. 25 to 17, or like day in the life of a 34-year-old NEET in Canada, 25 to 21. Stuff like that. I tried that at day in the life of a 34-year-old NEET in Canada, 25-3-4. What the hell did I do all day? Is it a recording date? Yeah, it can be the recording date. Yeah, the day that you recorded it, and then you can release it later, but it'll be a snapshot of that day. At least that's the method that I used. You don't have to use it. If you think of something better, then do that. Right? Yeah, so I did that with my videos. But if you're like a former UX designer, now at a dead-end factory job, date number, holy shit, that's a very clickable title, man. I think a lot of people would click on that. Former UX designer, now 26 and working dead-end factory work, a job or something like that. Yeah, I'll try it out sometime. Yeah, try it for like at least 5 to 10 videos and see how it goes, and then who knows, maybe kind of wondering what I'm gonna do channel direction wise. Just if I'm just gonna talk about my past experiences, I'll eventually run out of that. My bipolar experiences, I'll eventually run out of that. And then I just talk about my thoughts about what I'm watching and thinking. I don't know. Maybe I should not focus on the long term and just focus on the short term and think of one idea at a time and execute one idea at a time. Maybe that's the best thing. Now I'm thinking about my own content out loud. Holy shit, I'm so thirsty. 2 hours of talking, and I finished a glass of water, and I'm so thirsty. Oh my god. I can give you some ideas if you want. Oh, okay. Shoot me some ideas. I'll happily take suggestions and potential video ideas for sure. You can send me in your Discord server, or we can talk on Discord sometime too if you want. Yeah, for sure. Good brainstorming session. Yeah, we can talk on Discord, man. I was just talking with a couple people yesterday on my Discord server. That was fun. So, yeah, it's cool connecting with new people. Everyone has a different story, and it's cool hearing their story. Yeah. There's a quote which I found very helpful. You are exactly where you need to be in life right now. It doesn't mean you're going to stay there, but where you are right now is where you need to be, and you can, so don't think to yourself, oh, I should be in this part of life doing this by the time I'm this age, but this is not where I ended up. Like, you're exactly where you need to be in life right now. There is no I should be here doing X, Y, Z, and should be earning X amount by this point, but I'm not. That's not the way to think. Yeah. Dude, you have a lot of potential. You have a lot of potential. On YouTube, I'm talking about. On YouTube, you have a lot of potential. I didn't have almost 2,000 subscribers after 174 videos. Are you kidding me? I'm at over 500 videos, and I'm just over 3,000. So like, shit. You're doing super well on YouTube. Yeah. Cool, man. Oh man, 11:50. Okay, I will go to bed now. After a glass of water. Cheers, Zerift, Noni / One Punch Man / One Puncher. Devin, I don't know if you're there, or Nate, I don't know if you're there, but cheers and good night, and bye-bye. Booba. I will see you next time. I expected this to be a 15-minute stream, and it ended up being, you should sleep, enjoy your rest. Cheers. Cheers. It ended up being 2 hours instead of a 15-minute stream. Bye-bye. Booba. I'll stay tuned for your future streams and just chill. Cool. Till next time, Zerift.